Om Shanti. Today we will listen to the Murli dated 30th September 2020. Baba says, sweet children, first of all, be concerned about I, a soul, am covered in rust, and think how to remove the rust from the soul. For as long as the needle is rusty, the magnet will not be able to attract it. Who is the magnet? Shiv Baba. Do you want to be attracted to the magnet? Yes, because we have to go home with the magnet. And if I, the needle, am rust free, then I can go home by being attracted to the magnet and sticking to the magnet. But if I have rust on myself, I will not be attracted to the magnet, and it will be difficult for me to disengage from the matter here and go home. So Baba says you should be concerned about removing the rust from the soul. And what is the rust? The rust is that of old beliefs, that of old sanskars, of vices, of body consciousness. So we need to be concerned about taking off the rust. And how do you take off the rust from a rusted needle? So you dip it in kerosene. So when you do that, then that rust is taken off. So who is the kerosene? So Baba, the purifier, the ocean of purity, the ocean of peace, the ocean of knowledge, the ocean of love. When we just plug into Baba with our buddhi, then the impurity, the peacelessness, the sorrow, all the rust that is there gets removed. Just like a needle, rusted needle gets clean when it is dipped in kerosene. When I, the soul, plug into Baba with my buddhi, then all the rust in the soul gets clean. So I have to be concerned about remembering Baba and making myself, the needle, rust free, so that I am attracted to the magnet. Question: what effort do you children have to make at the most elevated confluence age in order to become the most elevated human beings? So Baba says the effort to become karmatit. What is karmatit? Your intellects should not be pulled by any karmic relationships. So all the relationships, the so-called relationships that we engage with in this world are actually karmic bondages. And when we do not feel the pulse of these bondages, that is, no bodily being is able to attract or repulse me, and I am okay and detached in everybody's presence. I feel peaceful, loveful, happy, and detached in everybody present, with everybody present around me. That is called the karmatit stage. This means that no karmic bondage should pull you. Your total connection should be with the one Father. Your heart should not be attached to anyone. Make such effort. Don't waste your time in gossiping. Practice staying in remembrance, because staying in remembrance is an effort. So if we waste our time, when will we find the time to stay in remembrance? So Baba says, do not waste your time in trivial matters like gossip. Use that time to develop remembrance for Baba and this remembrance will then clean the soul of all the rust. Song is Awaken, O brides, awaken. The new age is about to come. Om Shanti. You spiritual children, you souls, heard the song through your bodies. Just sit in awareness. I, the soul, the spiritual child, heard the song through my body. The Father is now making you children soul conscious. You are receiving knowledge of souls. Not a single person in the world has true knowledge of souls. Nobody knows that the soul has a mind, intellect, and sanskar, and that the soul experiences this material world through its mind. So nobody knows that the song that actually is playing outside is perceived in the mind through the ears. So it is actually the soul hearing the song through the ears. So we all are doing everything in this world, but we are not aware that it is I, the soul, who is using the body to experience the material world. And I have a choice about how I want to experience it. So Baba says, nobody in this world has true knowledge of souls. So how could they have knowledge of the Supreme Soul? Because Supreme Soul is also a soul. Only the Father sits and explains this. It has to be through a body that this is explained to you. A soul cannot do anything without a body. You souls know where you reside and whose children you are. And how do we know so much? Because the one who knows, because for God we use the expression God knows. So the one who knows everything, the one who is the ocean of knowledge, has told us about ourselves, about our Father, and about the home where we reside. So Baba says, you now know this accurately. All actors have a part. Your intellects know that when the souls of different religions come here, so you know the exact time when the souls of different religions come. So just like on a stage, different actors come onto the stage at different times, and until it is time for them to appear onto the stage, they wait outside in the green room. Similarly, we souls also come onto the stage whenever our part is there. And all religions come at different times. The souls of the deity religion come first, that is, we come first, and then other religions and the souls belonging to those religions come later, after 2500 years. So you know that each one's part is fixed and different. So Baba says that all actors have a part. The Father doesn't explain to you the details. He doesn't say this soul has this part and that soul has that part. No details, but Baba says he explains everything wholesale. Wholesale means that he gives you such an explanation in just a second that you know everything about how your parts are recorded from the beginning of the golden age to the end. And everybody's part is pre-recorded, and everybody's part is different from everybody else. So there is no scope for comparison. There is no scope of saying that mine is better or yours is better, because we all have a prefixed, pre-recorded, different part recorded in us. So Baba says, you now know who the Father is, and what his part is in the drama. So Baba is also a soul, and he is a supreme soul, and he is supreme because he doesn't come into the cycle of birth and death. He only comes once into the play. But he also has a part. He is also the principal actor here. So now you know about Baba and also about his part. So Baba says that you know Baba's part in drama. You also know that the Father is the highest on high. He is the bestower of salvation for all, the remover of sorrow, and the bestower of happiness. The birthday of Shiva is remembered. It can definitely be said that the birthday of Shiva is the highest of all, because the one who uplifts us all is the highest of all. So his coming is the biggest day. His birthday is the occasion for biggest celebration. So Baba says it is especially in Bharat that people celebrate his birthday. Baba says stamps are made of elevated beings who have a good history in their country. Now they celebrate the birth of Shiva. It should be explained whose birth is the most elevated, whose stamp should be created. So at this point of time, the highest on high personality has come down, and he is playing the part of making us all elevated. So Baba says we should have stamps about this highest on high personality. They make stamps of sages and holy men and of Sikh, Muslim and English philosophers, just as they made a stamp of King Rana Pratap. In fact, there should be a stamp of the Father, who is the bestower of salvation for all. If the Father didn't come at this time, how could there be salvation? Everyone is floundering in the extreme depths of hell. The highest on high is Shiv Baba, the purifier. There are many temples to Shiva built in high places because he is the highest on high. The Father comes himself and makes you people of Bharat into the masters of heaven. He grants salvation when he comes. Therefore, there should be remembrance of that Father. So Baba says, why do you remember those who are maybe even second or third when the highest on high is here? Because you become like the one you remember. So when the highest on high is here, the one who is the who liberates us from sorrow, who grants salvation and salvation in life, we should remember that one, because that one is now here and we have that one's introduction available to us now. So Baba says you should think about what type of stamp to create of Shiv Baba. On the path of devotion, they create a lingam as his image. He is the highest on high soul. So Baba says, I am depicted as the Shivling in the path of devotion, but I am not exactly like the Shivling. So how do you create an image which is very close to who actually I am? You should think about this. And have you seen the logo that we have in the Yajna? So that is an almost accurate description of what Baba looks like. So a point with rays. So Baba says you should think about how to symbolize me well. So Baba says the highest on high temple is considered to be that of Shiva, which is that Somnath. So Somnath is the temple of Shiva. Because the people of Bharat are Tamopradhan, they don't know who Shiva is. They don't know the occupation of the one whom they worship. So they think Shiva is a what and Shiva is some kind of stone. But Shiva is a who and is a soul, is a conscient being and a supreme being he is called. and he has a mind, intellect and sanskar of the supreme quality. He is the ocean of peace, purity, love, happiness, bliss and power. And these things are unknown, so they do not know who Shiva is. So Baba says they don't know the occupation of the one whom they worship. They don't even know what Baba does for us. So he is the heavenly Godfather. He comes at the end of Kali Yuga and creates Satyug for us, and this is not known to anybody. So Baba says that King Rana Pratap battled, but that was violence. So why is violence celebrated? At this time, all are doubly violent. To indulge in vice, to use the sword of lust is also violence. It is Lakshmi and Narayan who are doubly non-violent. So Lakshmi and Narayan do not engage in any violence, neither the violence of lust nor the violence of anger. So they are called doubly non-violent. If people had the full knowledge, they could create stamps that are meaningful. In the golden age, they have stamps of only Lakshmi and Narayan, because in that age, Lakshmi and Narayan are the highest entities. So stamps belong to an age, and anybody who is the highest in those times are celebrated by making stamps about them. So Baba says in Satyug you will have stamps of Lakshmi and Narayan, and right now, since the highest on high is here, we should create stamps of Shiv Baba with his accurate description. So Baba says that they don't have any knowledge of Shiv Baba there, where? In the golden age. Therefore, the stamps would definitely be those of the most elevated Lakshmi and Narayan. Even now, there should be that same stamp of Bharat, because that Bharat is the same. So, Bharat belonged to Sri Lakshmi and Narayan's reign. So, we should have the stamp of Lakshmi and Narayan in Bharat today also. The highest on high is Trimurti Shiva. So Baba says his stamp should remain eternally, because he gives the imperishable throne of the kingdom to Bharat. So how imperishable? Because the throne that Baba establishes continues to be in place for 21 births, for half the cycle. So Baba says that Shiv Baba, through Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar, so the whole Trimurti that are responsible for 21 births of peace, purity and prosperity, should be celebrated by making stamps of them in the whole cycle. So Baba says that Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, makes Bharat into heaven. Among you two, there are many who forget that Baba is making us into the masters of heaven. So do you always remember that you are under construction? So you are becoming the masters of heaven. So are you always aware of this time and who has come and what is he making you? Or sometimes you forget. So Baba says that Maya makes you forget this. Because of not knowing the Father, the people of Bharat have been making many mistakes. No one knows what Shiv Baba does. They don't even understand the meaning of Shiv Jayanti. No one except the Father has this knowledge. The Father is now telling you children, have mercy for others as well as for yourself. So Baba says, now what is mercy? So Baba says, the teacher is teaching you, this is his mercy for you. And what should be your mercy for yourself? That you become a good student. So the teacher's mercy is teaching. The student's mercy on himself is at least being a good student. And what is our mercy on others? That we become assistant teachers and teach them, or we make provision so that this teaching can be given to those who are less fortunate and are not right now studying from Baba. So Baba says, You should have mercy on others and also yourselves. And the mercy of Shiv Baba is that he is teaching you. That one says, I am the teacher and I am teaching you. In fact, this place should not be called a Pathshala because this is a very big university. All the rest have false names because all those places which are called university do not work for the whole universe. So they are confined to some place or the other, but they call themselves a university, whereas Baba, who has come to liberate the whole universe, so Baba says only this place where Baba teaches the education to liberate the whole universe should be called a university. So Baba says that none of those colleges are for the whole universe. Only this university is of one Father who grants salvation to the whole world. In fact, there is only this one university, and it is through this that everyone passes into liberation and liberation in life. So what is liberation? When we go to the soul world, that is called liberation. And what is liberation in life? Going to the golden age is liberation in life, because there we are in life, we are in the body, but there are no karmic bondages, there are no attachments, no vices, no pulls of people, places and things. We operate with them, but we are not pulled or attached to them. So Baba says, so it is through this university that everyone passes into liberation and liberation in life. That is why Baba is teaching us that you should have the aim to become karmatit or reach a state where you are not pulled by karmic bondages, because now you have to study here and then go to the land where these karmic bondages do not exist. So Baba says that is they attain peace and happiness. This is the universe. This is why Baba says don't be afraid. This is something that has to be explained. It generally happens that no one listens to anyone during an emergency. So before an emergency, we should all be ready. It is the rule of the people by the people. In no other religion do they have a kingdom from the start. So when that would be the golden age, it will be our kingdom from the start. So it is now that we have to establish that kingdom, so that when it is 111, that is this beginning of Satyug, we will have our kingdom in place. So Baba says those people simply come to establish their religions. So when Christ came, he established a religion. The kingdom came much later. So Christians didn't rule the world just when Christ came. So Christ came, it took a while for him to establish religion. And then when they gained power, they came into power and it was their rule. So Baba says similarly, Baba came and now we are establishing our religion and then we will rule in Satyug. So Baba says they rule their kingdoms when there are hundreds and thousands of their own religion. Here the Father is establishing a kingdom for the whole universe. So and then also different religions, they don't rule in the whole universe, but Baba says, and also at that time democracy comes into practice. So technically that cannot be called a kingdom, although they are in reign or in power. So Baba says now you will have a proper kingdom, and that too a kingdom which is spread over the whole universe. So it will be one kingdom. So this is why Baba says through this study you are becoming the master of the whole universe. This is something to be explained. He is establishing the deity kingdom at this most elevated confluence age. Baba has explained to you that you can carry the dark blue pictures of Krishna, Narayan and Ram in your hands, and explain why Krishna is called Shyam and Sundar. So because when we take birth after birth, we become impure from pure. So our impure version is called Shyam and the pure version is Sundar. So Baba says he was beautiful. So how did he become ugly? So today Baba is talking about the rust. So the rust of vices makes us dark or ugly. Bharat was heaven and now it is hell. Hell means ugly and heaven means beautiful. The kingdom of Ram is called the day and the kingdom of Ravan is called the night. So you can explain to them why the deities have been portrayed as dark blue. The father sits here and explains that you are now at the most auspicious confluence age, whereas others are not. So you are again changing from ugly to beautiful, from the night to the day. Not everybody is in this age of transition. So you are in this auspicious confluence age, this age of transition. So you need to change yourself, your consciousness, your attitude, your perception, your action, and by doing that you change the world. So Baba says, you are sitting here now at the confluence age and are making effort to become the most elevated. You have no connection with vicious, impure human beings because you are trying to change your state of impurity. So how can you have a connection with impure human beings, vicious human beings? You have not yet reached your karmatit stage, and this is why your hearts become attached to karmic relationships. In order to become karmatit, you need the pilgrimage of remembrance. So Baba says, although right now, because you also have some ounce of impurity in you, that is why you are still attracted to the impure world. So the more you orient yourself to the purest of pure, the more you remember Baba, the more you will be detached from the impure and you will slowly move towards your karmatit state. So you need to focus on your pilgrimage of remembrance if you want to reach your karmatit stage. How many of you really pay attention to the pilgrimage of remembrance? So, you pay attention to anything when you understand that it is important. And this is why in the Murli today, Baba is trying to drive us to an understanding, to a realization of how impure we have become, or what is the burden, the big burden of vices that we are carrying on our heads and shoulders, and how we should really pay attention to unburden ourselves by burning our sins, or dissolving our impurity by having a connection or remembrance with the purifier. So Baba says you should realize the impure state that you are in and pay attention to this pilgrimage of remembrance. So Baba says you are souls and you should have so much love for the Supreme Father, the one who is making us peaceful, pure, prosperous, happy. We should have so much love for that one. So Baba says, oh, Baba is teaching us, yes? No one has that enthusiasm. You are not even enthusiastic that God is teaching you. Why? Because we take everything for granted. You run after things that run away from you, and even if you find the highest on high, you take him for granted, and there is no enthusiasm that Baba is teaching you. Are you enthusiastic about Baba teaching you? What time do you listen to the Murli? Do you listen to the Murli just after Amrit Vela? Are you eager to know what God is teaching you today? Or do you just take out time when there is time to read the Murli or listen to the Murli? Why? Because you don't have the relevance or the importance or the worth of that God who has come down to teach you. So Baba says you should have so much love for the Father. Oh, Baba is teaching me. And you should be so enthusiastic about it. Maya repeatedly makes you body conscious. Since you understand that Shiv Baba is talking to you souls, there should be that attraction and happiness, should there not? A needle that doesn't have the slightest rust will be quickly attracted to a magnet. If there is even a little rust, the needle won't be pulled. There won't be that attraction. So why do you think we are not enthusiastic about Baba? Because there is a lot of rust on the soul. And this rust, because rust belongs to the world of matter, so this rust pulls us towards matter and bodily beings. So Baba says, a magnet will pull a needle when there isn't any rust. You children can only have that attraction when you stay on the pilgrimage of remembrance, because the pilgrimage of remembrance will clean the rust. If there is any rust, the needle can't be pulled. Each of you needles can understand that you will be attracted when you become completely pure. There isn't that pull because you souls are covered in rust. When you stay in remembrance a great deal, your sins can be burnt away. Acha, if someone commits sin now, he accumulates 100-fold punishment and that soul becomes rusty. So in this time when it is the time to clean the rust, if now you become body conscious, then you are actually accumulating more of the rust. So Baba says, that soul will then be unable to remember the Father. Consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father. When souls forget to have remembrance, they become rusty. And this is why there isn't that pull or love. Once the rust is removed, there will be love and happiness too. Your faces will remain very cheerful. So obviously, when the rust is gone, the face shines. So are your faces shining? Why are they not shining? Because of the shadow of vices or the rust of vices. And when these sins will be dissolved or absolved in remembrance, then our faces will shine and be cheerful. You have to become like them in the future. Like whom? Look at the faces of Lakshmi and Narayan. If you don't do service, you continue to talk about all the old rotten things of the past, because the mind will need an engagement. So if you don't proactively engage it, it will react, going back to what happened yesterday and the day before and all the rotten things of the past. This breaks your intellect's yoga away from the Father. Any sparkle that there might have been also disappears. So even if your face was shining before, when you start remembering old and rotten things of the past, that sparkle goes away. There isn't the slightest love for the Father. Only those who have very good remembrance of the Father would have love for him. The Father showers that child with love. So Baba says only those who have very good remembrance of the Father would have love for him, and the Father is also attracted to such a child. This child does very good service and also stays in yoga. So the Father showers that child with love. Just imagine if you were that child or you become that child who the Father showers with love, how would you feel? How would an incessant shower of blessings from Baba feel? And who will earn these blessings? The one who remembers the Father with a lot of love is loved back by the Father. In Hindi we say, yaad ko yaad kheenchti hai. So when you remember Baba, Baba also remembers you back. So the relationship with Baba is of reciprocal nature. So when you remember Baba, Baba also remembers you back. And when Baba remembers you, how would it feel? Just imagine. So Baba says that such a child would pay attention to himself to make sure he doesn't commit any sin. If you don't remember the father, how can the rust be removed? The father says, keep your charts so that the rust can be removed. If you want to become Sato Pradhan from Tamo Pradhan, you have to remove the rust. And it is a work, it is an effort. You have to take out time and pay attention to remembering Baba consciously so that the rust can be removed. So you have to move your intellects from the grossness of this world to subtlety. Pay attention to your subtle form. Remember Baba's subtlety, Baba's qualities, Baba's power. Experience the love, the peace, the happiness that Baba is giving. And only when you make this effort consciously can you clean yourself of the rust. So this is a conscious effort. So Baba says, some rust is removed, but souls then become rusty again. And there is 100-fold punishment. When you don't remember the Father, then you commit one sin or another. The Father says, unless the rust is removed, you will be unable to come to me, because you will not be attracted, and I, the magnet, will not be able to pull you. There will then have to be punishment. Then you will have to be cleaned off by force through punishment. Souls experience the slipper and their status is also destroyed. What inheritance would you receive from the Father then? Don't perform any such acts that make the soul even more rusty. First of all, be concerned about removing the rust from yourself. So we have to pay two attention. One, remove the rust that's already there, and then also take care not to accumulate any more rust by performing sinful acts. What are sinful acts? Acts performed through the mind, words and action, which under the influence of the emotions of lust, anger, ego, attachment and greed are sinful actions. So you do not have to think, speak or act under the influence of lust, anger, ego, attachment and greed. And whenever you don't remember Baba, then you end up doing this. So you are either dusting off the rust or accumulating more of it. So one has to be very careful on this path. So Baba says, if you don't think about this, the Father understands that it is not in your fortune. You must have that qualification. One has to have a good character. The characters of Lakshmi and Narayan are remembered. People of today speak of their own characters in front of Lakshmi and Narayan idols. They don't know Shiv Baba at all. So they go and say that I don't have any character at all. I am a fool. I am the one who is full of desires. And they say all these things in front of Lakshmi and Narayan. And they say you are the completely viceless ones. You are the one who are 16 celestial degrees perfect. So Baba says now you have to move from this state to that state. So Baba says you must have that qualification. Baba says only Shiv Baba grants salvation. They go to the sannyasis, but the bestower of salvation for all is only the one. The Father establishes heaven and you then have to go down. No one but the Father can purify you. Sannyasis make a small trench and sit in it. So Baba says the trench is as it is dirty, so instead of cleaning the soul, they also end up dirtying their bodies. So instead, if they were to go to the Ganges, they would become cleansed because they consider the Ganges to be the purifier. People want peace, but their parts will only finish at the end when they go home. So Baba says there cannot be peace in this field of action. So you will experience peace when there is no body, and that will only happen when you finish your karmic accounts here and go home. The home of us souls is the land beyond sound, nirvana. How can there be peace there? How can there be peace here? Because this is the land of sound and action. So this is not nirvana or the soundless or non-action state. So here there cannot be absolute peace. People do tapasya, they also have to act, do they not? They do that and then sit in silence. They don't know Shiv Baba at all. All of that belongs to the path of devotion. There is only this one most elevated conference age when the Father comes here. Souls become clean and then go into liberation and liberation in life. Those who make effort will then rule. However, those who don't make any effort will experience punishment. So, anyways, we have to go. So, either we make effort and clean ourselves or be cleaned by punishment. So, and then if you even if we face punishment, then our status is also reduced. So, Baba says that is not a good situation to be in. In the beginning, you were given visions of punishment. At the end, too, you will have visions. You will see how you didn't follow Srimad and what your condition has become. You children have to become benefactors. So, Baba said, you have to also do service and uplift others. Give the introduction of the Father and the creation. When a needle is soaked in paraffin, the rust is removed. So, rust is removed from the soul too by staying in remembrance of the Father. Otherwise, it means there is no attraction or love for the Father. All the love is diverted towards friends and families, etc. People go and stay with their friends and relatives. There is such a vast difference between the company of those who are rusty and the company you have here. Because when you keep the company of the clean, you become clean. When you keep the company of the rusty, that rust starts rubbing off on you. By keeping the company of anyone rusty, you become rusty yourself. The Father comes simply to remove the rust. That is why Baba says, now keep me company with your intellect. It is only by having remembrance of Him that you will become pure. You souls have been covered with a lot of rust for half the cycle. The Father, the magnet, says, now remember me. The more yoga your intellects have with me, the more the rust on you souls will accordingly be removed. Because Baba is the paraffin. So when you soak your intellect in the paraffin, then the rust will be removed. The new world has to be created. First, there is a very small tree of the deities in the golden age. Then it grows larger because souls from the soul world keep coming and joining in. They come to you here and continue to make effort. So all those souls are right now here, and now they are all coming, making effort and returning to their original state. No one of your kingdom comes from up above, because right now we are all here, because we are the old ones, we are already here, and when Baba comes, we come to Baba and become our original version. Those of other religions come from up above. So our founder comes at the end, which is also the beginning. But in case of other religions, first the founder comes, then the souls belonging to that religion come from up above to this earth, onto this Karam Kshetra. So Baba says, they come and then the souls belonging to their religion descend from the soul world. And when I come to purify you and take all of you back. And also before taking you back, I also make you ready to come back again. So Baba says, your kingdom is being prepared here. Everything depends on how you study. Everything depends on how much you follow the Father's Srimad. When your intellect's yoga is diverted outside, you souls become rusty, because everything depends on the intellect. You may stay in the center also, but if your intellect is wandering into matter and worldly affairs, then you will become rusty. Before coming here, they have settled all their karmic accounts, died alive, and settled everything. Sannyasis renounce everything, and yet they remember everything for such a long time afterwards. So, because even if you renounce everything physically, there will be the attraction of the old world, of old people you knew, old souls, matter, places, because those are karmic bondages. And you can be free from those pulls of attraction and repulsion only when you remember the Father and become very soul conscious in the process. You children know that you have now received the company of the truth. Tell them we stay in remembrance of the Father. We do have our friends and relatives. We live at home with our families and do things and also remember the Father. So it's not about physically leaving anybody, but withdrawing from the intellect and orienting our intellect towards Baba. We live at home with our families and do things and also remember the Father. You have to become pure and also teach others. Then, if it is in their fortune, they continue to follow this path. If they don't belong to the Brahmin clan, how could they go into the deity clan? You are given very easy points which can instantly sit in someone's intellect. But if they don't sit, it's okay. Maybe that soul doesn't belong to this clan. And Baba said that everyone's part is different. So we are not creating anybody's part. We are only reminding them. And if they belong to this path, then they will come back by remembering. And if they don't belong, it's okay. Baba says the picture of those with intellects that have no love at the time of destruction is also very clear. So those who have no love for the Father in their intellects at the last moments, they will face all the punishment and struggle here. And those who have love in their intellects at the time of destruction, they will be pulled by the magnet and will leave this world very easily. You no longer have sovereignty. When there was the deity sovereignty, that was called heaven. However, there is now the rule of the people by the people. There is nothing wrong in explaining these things. However, it is only when your rust is removed that your arrow can strike someone. So only when you are free of body consciousness, that the other person will also get your intention and meaning well. Otherwise, if you are in body consciousness, they might also take you wrongly. First of all, make effort to remove the rust. You have to check your character and see what you are doing day and night. So how is character checked? Character is checked by seeing what you do. So it doesn't matter what you believe, it matters how you behave. So just check what you're doing day and night. While cooking and making chapatis in the kitchen, stay in as much remembrance as possible. When you go touring, stay in remembrance. The Father knows everyone's stage. When you souls gossip, you become even more rusty. Don't listen to gossip. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana. Just as the Father, in the form of the teacher, teaches you and has mercy for everyone, in the same way, have mercy for yourself and others. Pay full attention to studying and following Srimad. Reform your character. Don't break your intellect's yoga away from the Father, by gossiping among yourselves about useless, rotten things of the past. Do not perform any sinful acts. Stay in remembrance and remove the rust. Blessing, may you be a conqueror of matter and make all the powers cooperate with you and work under your orders. So Baba says the greatest servant of all is matter. The children who receive the blessing of being conquerors of matter have all powers and matter working under their orders as their servant. They cooperate at any time of need. However, if instead of being a conqueror of matter, you waste your time sleeping in carelessness, in the intoxication of having temporary attainments, or being intoxicated in some dance of waste thoughts, then the powers cannot work under your orders. Therefore, check first of all the main powers, the power to think, the power to decide, and the power of sanskars are all three in order. So, when we talk of matter, the closest contact with matter that we have is with the body. So, when we are able to rule over our sense organs by having control over our mind, intellect, and sanskar, only then can we have control over the five elements of matter. So, it is first by having control over our mind, intellect, and sanskar that we control our sense organs and our body. And then one who wins over the body, because the body is a bag full of matter, so that one also conquers the five elements of matter. Slogan is, continue to sing praise of Bab Dada and you will become an embodiment of virtues. So the one you become, the one you sing praises of. So you become like the one you sing praises of. So if you always have the qualities of Baba in your mind, then that mind becomes full of virtues. Om Shanti.